And if the price does pump up quite a bit to the amount where I can get a good amount of my initial investment out, I may do so, or I might just be a full degen and hope that Bitcoin pushes past 200,000 over the next few years, and I'm just going to be laughing all the way to the bank with Bitcoin earned from What's up, everyone? Ross here with the Degen project, and I just want to say welcome back again to the channel, and a big shout out and a huge thank you to all of the subscribers, for everyone who's been watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. Little over a week and we're at 95 subscribers. I'm going to do a bit of a big giveaway here once we hit 100 subscribers, so definitely keep an eye out for that. You can follow me on my socials and on Twitter, where I'm going to actually be running that contest, so keep an eye out for it, and I will make sure I feature that contest announcement in the next video as well. The project that I want to cover today is something that I've been actively a part of, which is NFTs. I've had some significant returns on my investment in the NFT space, getting started super early back, in the spring, summertime of last year, picking up some projects like Doge Pound, Fluff World, My Pet Hooligan, some that have done, 20, 30, 50x returns on my investments. So I'm really big on NFTs. I do, however, feel that the market right now is a little bit saturated, but the project that I'm going to talk about today is something very unique, something that I really haven't seen in this space before. And that is an NFT where the utility is mining Bitcoin. That's right. So for any of you guys who are long on crypto, which if you're watching this video right now, I'm assuming you're very into crypto and think it's here to stay, and it's nothing but uphill over the next few years. This NFT project, Ape Militia, is bringing utility to a whole nother level, right? Especially in the NFT space these days, it's like every fucking NFT has utility, like, oh, metaverse, oh, a DAO, oh, this and that. And it's like, okay, cool. But like, what are you actually bringing to the table? Or some of them, have been very successful, like Fluff World as an example. They've been dropping like new sets of NFTs consistently and just adding it to the ecosystem where, my value has almost doubled again, just in all the access to the new mints and everything that they've just been giving for free. So they're constantly building value, which is also great to see. There's other projects like Metroverse, where they've basically got land blocks where you actually claim their token MET on a daily basis, and you can sell that if you like, or use it to purchase other things. They have like new mints that are coming out very shortly. So there's a lot of utility plays in the NFT space. And I'm in way too many projects. But one thing that I have not seen is mining Bitcoin. And this really caught my attention because, again, as someone who's long in crypto, Bitcoin is like the gold standard, right? It is the OG of crypto. The whole markets move off of Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin doesn't move based on Ethereum. It's the other way around. And I think it's going to be like that for a very long time. People are talking about the flipping of Ethereum and Bitcoin. Who knows? But today's project is Ape Militia, and this is a project where the NFTs are basically in a Bitcoin mining pool. So I'm on the website here, I've got it pulled up. You can see the world's first Bitcoin mining integrated 3D NFT collection. So a quick little about here. I'm not going to read everything off here, but you guys, again, as always, I'll put all the links down below in the video. But the founders of this project are co-owners of a Bitcoin mining company in the I believe it's in the United States. They are both US based. And they own a Bitcoin mining company. And so they have a lot of experience doing this, right? And so basically their thought is, hey, if we can, sell off an NFT collection, and the proceeds of that, we're going to take and pool it into mining infrastructures to be mining Bitcoin. What we're going to do is we're going to take the yields of Bitcoin and we're going to pay it back to the NFT holders, right? They're going to get a drop. So the way this works is when you buy an NFT, and you have to have 2 at a minimum, basically, they're going to take a snapshot randomly throughout the year, one snapshot in the year. So it could be a couple days before they actually drop the Bitcoin tokens, or it could be a couple months before they do it, right? It's not going to be announced, it's randomized, but it's one time a year. They're going to take a snapshot of everyone who's holding these NFTs. And as long as you hold 2 or more, you are then going to be allocated some yield on the Bitcoin mining. So it's a really, really cool concept. Now, a couple things that come to mind for myself is, okay, well, is this actually going to mining? How do I know that I'm actually going to receive these yields? Well, the first way to kind of talk about that is this is the first project that I've ever seen in the NFT space that has actually gone through like a KYC verification process. And not only that, but they've also done it with the Obsidian Council, which again, if you saw my last video where I talked about it with MDB, Obsidian Council is like the gold standard, right? There's very strict processes that you have to go through to actually get KYC'd by this company. Identity documentation must be provided, right? A face match has to be done, proof of address as well. And if that's not enough, then you have to actually get on a live video call with the Obsidian Council for them to actually interview you and make sure you're not full of shit. So in this process, I'm most likely going to assume that Obsidian Council has verified, hey, are you guys actually owners of, said apparent Bitcoin mining company? Proof of information is probably going to have to be provided. Hey, this is your utility. Show us that your utility is actually legit, that you're going to actually be able to deliver on this utility, right? So all of these things in place gives me a lot more confidence when I'm investing in a project, right? So when we take a look at Ape Militia, I'm going to go through some numbers real quick for you guys. The whitelisting mint is going to happen tomorrow, April 20th, 420, of course, is going to be the whitelisting mint, and the mint price is going to be 0.3 Ethereum. Now the public launch is going to be April 22nd, and it's 0.4 Ethereum. So not much of a price increase, right? A little increase, but not too bad. My initial thought is like, hey, that's pretty expensive. Now I know a lot of like NFTs. I've bought NFTs that were minting for 1 Ethereum, but they, doubled pretty much the next day. So that's fine if you really have that confidence in a project, if they've been around for a while. This project is new, and that price point, in my honest opinion, is a little bit high, but for what they're going to be yielding, I think it's fairly reasonable. And so I really want to talk about that. But before we dive into all that stuff, I just want to show you real quick a little bit here about the founders. So the General is one of the co-owner of a large-scale Bitcoin mining company, longtime crypto investor, highly successful entrepreneur with several thriving companies, all of which he founded, former professional athlete. So he was a former MLB player as well, huge NFT enthusiast who grasped the infinite potential of the utility these Ape Militias possess. Focus on making all Ape Militia holders part of the most successful NFT collection ever launched. Massive aspirations, big goals, thumbs up. Okay, let's hope we deliver. The King, co-founder, lifelong friend of the General and co-owner of the Bitcoin mining company that we're referencing as well. A highly creative mind, able to find opportunities where others have not. Successful actor, producer, and writer, obsessed with making the Ape Militia NFT collection the high bar for what an NFT project should be doing for its community and holders. So, great little intro of the founders. I like it. I have actually listened to the AMA that they did with MDB. So if you guys are not in the MDB Discord, I'll link it below just for the sake of this. But if you head on over to the Discord and you look at their previous AMAs, there's a recording there that they did with the Ape Militia. I've personally gone back and have listened to it. I was there live when it went on. I also went back and revisited it again, and it just keeps getting me more and more bullish on this and what's going to be happening. So with that being said, let us now dive into the numbers. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little bit of a whiteboard exercise with you guys. And if you like these whiteboard exercises, please let me know. I have a lot of ideas on how to do this to kind of show you guys some different things on projects and how it all works, inflation, deflation, liquidity pools, etc., buybacks and burns, and how that all kind of works in a much more simplified visual layout. But for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of draw out and map out Ape Militia, right? So Ape Militia creates these NFTs, right? I'm just making a little card, right? So Ape Militia, you mint one of these cards, and the mint price is going to be, we'll just use the public price, which is going to be 0.4 ETH, right? Which current market value, Ethereum right now is just around like 3,100. It equals roughly around $1,200 for 0.4 ETH. So this NFT is going to be worth around $1,200, right? When you mint it. Now, from their AMA, they were talking about what are the yields actually going to be. And at current market price, the General had said, you're going to roughly receive around $400 worth of Bitcoin from the year, right? And it's like one airdrop that happens of Bitcoin, and that should be valued with current market is going to be around $400. Now, obviously, it's not 100% because, of course, like mining efficiencies, there's kind of quite a few variables there that are going to depend. But he was comfortable saying it's going to be around $400 based on market conditions. Now, Bitcoin right now, I'm just going to draw it up here, is just, I think it just popped over 41,000. I'm just going to say 40,000 just to make it nice, easy numbers, right? So Bitcoin is worth $40,000, and you're going to get roughly $400 in a year on your NFT in Bitcoin. So that equals, 0.01 Bitcoin, right? So you're getting like 1% of a Bitcoin from the mining. Now, the reason why I'm very bullish on this right now, right? Okay, if we just take this, right, $400 in Bitcoin, your initial cost is $1,200. Well, if the price stays the same, which I'll talk about in a second because the team has a plan to just constantly swipe the floor, which I'm totally fine with. Let's say the price of the NFT stays the same. You could always go and sell this and get your $1,200 back. Plus, you've got $400 in Bitcoin. That is a 33% yield on the year, right? $400 out of $1,200 initial, that's a 33% yield on your initial investment. Now, let's look at the future, right? The next Bitcoin halving is in 2024. And what happened last halving in 2020, right? Well, we entered a pretty massive, pretty substantial, the largest to date bull run. And that bull run is still kind of going on, right? Like we're down about 30-40% from the all-time highs, but it's still running pretty consistently. So what's going to happen in 2024? Is 2024 and the bull run that's going to happen after it into 2025, is that going to be the year that we see $150,000 Bitcoin? Right? A lot of people are still thinking that, hey, in the fall, we're going to hit 100, we're going to pump up to $150,000 Bitcoin. We're going to break that $100,000 mark. Well, what happens when the next bull run comes around as well? Because again, this is a long project. This is not a quick, hey, you're going to 3x and then you can sell and take your profits. I'll talk about my strategy for that as well. But just on the Bitcoin mining, just purely on the utility, if we actually look at these numbers, we say, okay, maybe let's say the next run, Bitcoin is worth, 150,000. I'm going to say 160 just for the maths, because that's exactly 4 times what its current value is. So if that's the case, and let's say we've been getting Bitcoin every single year and we're just holding it, we're holding on to it, and then Bitcoin goes up to 160,000, that means that's 4x the $400 that we are initially getting in Bitcoin per NFT. That's $1,600, which is 133% gain on our initial investment of $1,200 in this Bitcoin. And we're getting that every single year. So year 1, it's 133%. Then we get another $1,600 year 2, and another $1,600 worth of Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. That is why personally, I'm extremely bullish on this project, because if you're looking at it long term, right, as an investor should, right? I know we're all fucking degenerates here, as am I. But when certain projects come along, you do need to look at it at a long-term perspective. And if Bitcoin, which pretty much everyone agrees at some point in time, it's going to be, I personally am like, yeah, okay, fucking talk to me in 15 years when Bitcoin's $1 million, and then we can have a real discussion. That's my personal thoughts on it. I think that's not out of the realm of possibility with all the inflation that's happening right now with the Fed, all that kind of market stuff. But if we come back to this and we have a 4x happening in Bitcoin over the next 3-4 years, as long as you're just, this NFT is pumping out your Bitcoin rewards every single year, you're holding until Bitcoin hits its new all-time high, you are going to come out massively ahead. And so that is why I'm really, really confident in this project, and I really like the actual economics of it, right? I think it makes a lot of sense. You're buying, you're putting some money aside. It's not going to be liquid, right? You're holding the NFT. I don't know if they're going to require staking. I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure it's just a snapshot of wallets, right? So whoever's holding 2 or more will be eligible for these rewards. So that's kind of the numbers in a nutshell, right? Like, this makes a lot of sense to me. Now, a couple other things that the team has announced in their announcements. Again, join the Discord. The link's going to be below this video. A couple things that the team has announced that they're going to be sweeping the floor. So let's say someone comes in and they list theirs for 3 ETH, right? So now the floor is 3 ETH, and someone comes in and they're like, oh shit, well, I want mine to sell before, so I'm going to list it for 0.29. And then someone's like, no, fuck you guys, I want mine to list before, so I'm going to put it for 0.27. What happens is that all of this sell pressure of people trying to get rid of an NFT or sell off one of their NFTs to kind of recoup a little bit of their initial investment, the floor is constantly going to get pushed down, right? And that is not really good for a project. But what the team has said is that they are actively going to be sweeping the floor, which means they're going to find any of these low-priced NFTs and they're going to buy them back, right? They're going to buy them back and then they're going to relist them on the marketplace for anywhere from like 5 to like 20 times its value, right? So they're going to relist it essentially for like 2 ETH. So what's going to happen is that you're going to start to see a lot of these low-price NFTs get removed, get bought, and they're getting flipped and relisted for a much higher price point. Now, over time, in a perfect scenario, let's say that they're able to push the price up and scoop up everything off the floor, relist it at a higher value, and that will consistently increase the floor value of the NFTs. Cool scenario. My plan is I have a whitelist, so I'm probably going to max out my allocation, which is around 10 NFTs. If that happens, if the pricing continues to go up, there's a good article that I read a while ago. It's called NFTs in threes. You always want to buy NFTs in threes. And this scenario is a little bit different because you need to have 2 to actually get the rewards. But in general, you buy 3 NFTs, right? On the first pump, if there's a nice big price pump on the launch of the project and you 3, 4, 5x initially, you sell one of your NFTs, you recoup your entire initial investment, right? Take out your initial first. Then you can hold your other 2 NFTs. Let's say then it kind of dips down a little bit, but then the project is building and building and building, they're developing, and then they have another big run up offer, some big news, and it gets up now you're at like a 20, 30x. Sell your second NFT, take those massive profits, and now you're sitting on your moonbag, right? Your third and final NFT is your moonbag NFT. If it keeps pumping to infinity, at a certain point in time, hey, maybe you're like, you know what? I'm happy now. I've made a crap ton of money. I'm going to exit the project. So that is a strategy, NFTs in threes. What I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to be maxing out my allocation, getting 10 of these. And if the price does pump up quite a bit to the amount where I can get a good amount of my initial investment out, I may do so, or I might just be a full fucking degen and hope that Bitcoin pushes past 200,000 over the next few years. And I'm just going to be laughing all the way to the bank with the Bitcoin earned from Ape Militia. So that is the review of this project. I'm extremely bullish on it. I like it. You can see I'm a nerd with a lot of these numbers, but I hope this helped you guys kind of understand, some of the economics and the numbers here on what they're trying to do. Now, obviously, the big question is, will they actually produce? And there's really no way of knowing this. I'm putting my trust in the Obsidian Council. I listened to them on the AMA. They sound like really good guys. Their Discord is pretty fun and active. I think this project is going to be a pretty good long-term hold. So I'm definitely going to be putting my allocation. Quick details for you guys again. So the whitelisting mint is going to be April 20th. And then followed by the public sale, the public launch is April 22nd. So all the details and everything like that is going to be in their Discord. So again, I'll put the links below. Join up, take a look, learn a little bit more about the project. And if it's something you feel confident in, go ahead and jump in for the launch. But again, always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a fucking crypto degenerate. So that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, again, I would truly, truly appreciate a like, comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this overall. And if you would like to, I would much appreciate if you want to subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm going to be doing a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. So that being said, guys, again, I really hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.